Welcome to another episode of Know Your Theorists. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Alina. I'm a registered nurse and I create videos on various nursing theorists to help educate nurses and nursing students. And our theorist for the day is Katie Eriksson. Katie Eriksson was a Finland-Swedish nurse. She was born in Jakobstad, Finland on 18th November 1943. Eriksson is known for her curative caring theory, and she is considered as a pioneer in the caring sciences in the Nordic countries. So before we jump into the theory, let's talk about Eriksson's nursing journey. Eriksson became a practical nurse in 1965, then a public health nurse, and went on to become a clinical nursing instructor at Helsinki Swedish Medical Institute. She continued her academic studies at the University of Helsinki, where she obtained a master's degree in philosophy in 1974, a licentiate in philosophy in 1976, and a doctorate in education in 1982. She also played a major role in the development of caring sciences as an academic field, especially through her work at Abo Academy University. And now, on to the theory. Katie Eriksson's theory of curative caring is based on the idea that caring should be rooted in love, compassion, and respect for human dignity. The theory views the person as a whole being with physical, emotional, social, and spiritual needs. Its goal is to alleviate suffering and provide care that supports the patient's dignity as well as their well-being. A key part of the theory is that suffering is unique to each person, so nursing care should respond to the patient's lived experience. Listed here are some of the major concepts of the theory, which includes caritas, which means love and charity, suffering, which relates to illness, care and life, caring culture, and so on. Just like any other theory, Eriksson's theory also has its strengths and limitations. The theory is really strong because it keeps dignity, compassion, and suffering at the center of nursing, supporting holistic care. I like that it reminds us nursing is not just about doing the tasks or treating a diagnosis, but also about caring for the whole person. At the same time, the theory does have some limitations. It can feel a little abstract, and the spiritual side of it may make it harder to apply it in a fast-paced clinical setting. It also may be harder to measure in traditional research. Even with those limits, I think it offers an important reminder that good nursing should always protect human dignity and respond to suffering with both skill and presence. Now let's imagine that I had an opportunity to meet Katie Eriksson over lunch one day. I would imagine it would be in a quiet cafe with soft natural light. We'll probably sit at a small table by a window. I would imagine the conversation to be very calm, but also very thought-provoking. She would probably push me to think about the various patient encounters I've had and how my caring approaches are to my patients. When I am talking to her, the following would be a practice scenario that I would want to discuss with her. Meet Maria, a 78-year-old woman who is admitted to the hospital for worsening heart failure and shortness of breath. After treatment, her breathing is improved, but she remains quiet, tearful, and withdrawn. During a conversation with her, she tells me that she feels a burden to her daughter, who is her main caregiver. She's worried about going home because she's no longer feeling independent, and she fears that she's losing her dignity. Although she's medically stable, she continues to show emotional and existential distress. And if I ever did get a chance, these are some of the questions I would ask her. Katie, your work emphasizes suffering as central to nursing, but modern healthcare is often driven by efficiency, throughput, and productivity. How can nurses preserve the dignity of suffering patients when the system gives them limited time, limited staffing, and pressure to prioritize tasks over presence? My next question is that, as you're aware, in today's world, many patients experience suffering that is not only physical but also social, emotional, and spiritual, especially in the context of loneliness, poverty, chronic illness, and fragmented care. How would your theory guide nurses in recognizing and responding to these layered forms of suffering? With the growing technology, electronic documentation, and even artificial intelligence increasingly shaping nursing practice, How can nurses continue to offer care that is deeply human, relational, and ethically grounded rather than becoming detached from the patient's lived experience? Looking at today's nursing, burnout, compassion fatigue, and moral distress are some of the major problems that nurses face on a daily basis. From your perspective, Katie, how should nurses care for suffering patients without losing their own capacity for compassion, reflection, and meaning in practice? And lastly, in palliative and end-of-life care, nurses often face situations where suffering cannot be removed, only witnessed and accompanied. What does this mean, in your view, for a nurse to truly be with a suffering person, and how should that shape nursing action when cure is no longer possible? And that sums up our video for today. I hope you learned something about Katie Eriksson and her theory. Thanks for watching and see you next time!